Hello guys and welcome back to Madfire on channel. So in this tutorial series we are going to create a simple endless traffic racer game. In this series we are going to check input system which will be used to move our player, and in our vehicle selection system endless level generation with reusing existing level pieces, vehicle selection system which will allow the player to select different vehicles, random enemy spawning, singleton concept, and more. The entire project is available on GitHub. The link will be in the description. And if you want to follow the entire series, then you can check out my Patreon page. The link will be in the description. All the videos of this series are uploaded there, and you will also get premium version of this project which has extra features in it like Facebook login, AdMob, Unity ads, Unity in-app purchase, social share, game analytics, and more. Now, we want to give some movement to our game. So if I click play again, so there are two ways in which we can give the movement. So one way is moving our player. So we can move our player in forward direction and we can make our camera follow it. Or the other option is we will make our player constant and we will shuffle this road prefab. So let's say our road holder, let's select all of them, and our road is moving backward like this. Then what we can do is once one of the road is out of the view of our player, we can just shift it to the front like this, and it will then again it will keep continuing moving back, and we will be continue shifting them forward. So in that way it will create an illusion that our player is moving in forward, and we can also make our enemies move backward for making it more realistic. And I prefer this method because as it is an endless game, we don't know how long this can go, and Unity kind of starts giving some issues when our distance in any direction moves beyond like 1000 or 10,000, something like that. So it will be a good option to use this, that setting our player constant and moving the environment for it. So we know that once the road holder is out of the sight of our player, we need to move it at the front, right? So what we can do is we can store reference to the this last one, which is going to be out of the view of our player, and the top one, which is at the top and will be the last to go out of the view. And we can just get the position of this, and then we can add 10 and move our last road holder to his position, because we know the distance between the center point of the two road holders is 10. Stop this thing and go to our script, and for that we will create few variables: private int road at last index and road at top index. So road at last index is the one which is going to get vanish from our player side, and road at the top index is the one which is at the farthest front from the player. So here we will be creating a new method called move road. Now in that move road method, we will loop through all our road lists. So for int I equal to 0, I is less than road list dot count I plus plus, road list I dot transform dot translate minus transform dot forward into move speed into time dot delta time. And the reason we are using negative transform dot forward is because we need to move our road in backward direction. Then we need to shuffle our road. So let's write down the code and I will explain it in the game flow. So we will first check if road list road at last index dot transform dot position dot z is less than or equal to -10. Now I find out that -10 is good for checking because when my road position is at -10, it is not visible in camera. If this condition is true, then we'll set our road at top index equal to road at last index -1. Then we will check if road at top index is less than 0, and if it is true, then we set our road at top index is equal to road list dot count -1. Then we need to change the position, so road list road at last index dot transform dot position is equal to road list road at top index dot transform dot position plus vector 3 dot forward into 10. So we know the difference between the two road prefab is 10, that's why we are adding 10 to it. Then road at last index plus plus, so we'll increase it by 1. Then we will check if road at last index is greater than or equal to road list dot count, then we set our road at last index equal to 0. Now this is the method which we are going to call in update. So for that we will create a new method down here that will be update, and we will just copy this and paste it here. So let's go to our editor, click level manager, and let's go to the debug mode. So here is our road list and we have this index. So if I let's pause first thing and click on play. So look at here, we have this road. So let's do one thing, guys. The names of our roads is the road holder dot clone. So to make it more specific, we will rename our road game objects. So road dot name is equal to, and we will add road a space and plus I dot to string. So if our I is 0, it will be road space 0. If it is 1, road space 1. This way we can identify our roads more accurately. Let's click on play. So you can see our road list has elements our road. So road 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's expand our road holder, and here are this. So right now road at last index and road at top index both are same. So let's click on play and just keep track. So right now our road 0, the position is -8 point something. Let's go to normal mode just to make, so see it is -8.77. If I click on unpause this, and as soon as it went below -10, it changed its position. So let's go to our level manager again. Let's go to the debug mode. So we see now our road at last index has changed and road at top index has changed. So first our both of them were 0 0. So first our road was at here, and once it passed that -10 position, it was shifted to here. So how it got shifted is, here we are checking in our move road method that the road at top index. So what will be the road at top index? It will be road at last index -1. So for us, the road at last index was 0. So 0 minus 1 will be -1. We had a check here. So it was below 0. So we set our road at top index equal to the count, the number of roads we have, -1. So we have 5 roads. We reduce 1 by it and we went to the 4. So if we go to our level manager, the element at 4 index is road 4. That is the last one. So we changed our position with respect to this. So now our road 0 is not the last road, and it has become the topmost road, and our road 1 has become the last road. So if I click on play, you see now our road 1 has become the topmost road, our road 2 is the last road, and if I go to our level manager, you see our road at top index is equal to 0, and this has become the top index road whose reference we took when we placed our road 1. So if I unpause this and leave it, so this thing will keep on going, and it doesn't matter how much speed I increase. So let's go to normal mode, let's make the speed 36, and it keeps moving. Our roads are shuffling, and you can see it looks like our car is moving in forward direction. We also need to spawn our enemy now. Let's look into that.